And just like that, the season's over. It came, it went, and it was just another miserable season that we had to put up with as Giant fans. The New York Giants finished the season 3-14. Worst record in franchise history, I believe. I don't know if the New York Giants ever had 14 losses in franchise history, but we do now if we didn't. So we do now. Worst record basically in franchise history on our 100-year anniversary. All I can say is thank God's over. Thank God's over. The New York Giants currently have the third overall pick. Brian Dable and Joe Shane have been announced that they will be staying. Their jobs are safe. We got a lot to talk about. What's going on, Giant fans? How's it going? Welcome to the Blue Flag channel. Uh, I didn't upload a lot this season because, I had no motivation to even talk about this disgrace of an organization this fucking Giants team was. This was embarrassing. I was embarrassed to be a Giant fan this year. I couldn't even wear my jerseys. Oh, I just couldn't, man. I'm a Giant fan until I die, but I could not wear a Giants jersey out in public. I would have been fucking harassed. All right, I would have been fucking destroyed. All right, I live close to Philadelphia. That's why. So I would have got a lot of heckled from Eagle fans, especially with Saquon Barkley, almost breaking the all-time rushing record. They could have did it on us, but they didn't. So they obviously got bigger plans. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they be one and done. But they face Green Bay. That's not going to happen. But this is not fucking Eagles content, all right? This is the New York Giants content. Our beloved piece of shit, trash digging Giants that we root for, that we stupidly root for every single season. First off, let's talk about the game. The Eagles, Giants, the last game I talked about on this channel was, I believe it was the Panthers and Giants. The Panthers and Giants was the last game I talked about. That was back in Germany, all right? When you lose to the Panthers, you have no motivation to even talk about another game. You don't. But I have a little bit of motivation because the season's over and I don't have to fucking worry about this fucking team until the draft. Or at least until free agency. I don't know when free agency hits. I think it's like in March or whatever. But let's talk about the game. The Eagles, if the embarrassment couldn't be even worse, it just got worse. We lost to their backups. We are so dog shit that we lost to their backups. Their backups. There were some starters. They had Dallas Goedert and whatnot, but mostly they're Their third string, freaking quarterback carved us up, man. Carved us up. But it was for the better. We need the third overall pick. We need the third overall pick to try and get a game changer. Now, it could be a quarterback. It couldn't be because the Titans, they need a quarterback, and the Cleveland Browns, they also need a quarterback. Now, Cam Ward is going to go to one of those teams. This is not a question. Cam Ward is going to go to one of those teams. I'm leaning more towards the Titans since the Titans had the first overall pick. But Shador, I don't see Shador playing in Cleveland. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. I don't see his father, Deion Sanders, might step in. He told reports that it's going to be a Eli Manning type draft. It's going to be Eli Manning type draft. All right. He's going to want to go where he wants to go. And Shador made it clear that he wouldn't mind playing for the Giants. He even has New York Giants cleats. He took a picture of the Giants cleats before he went and played a bowl game against. I was watching that game. What was he playing? BYU. BYU. They got destroyed by BYU, but he wore the Giants cleats before the game. I think he wore them during warm-ups. But he made it clear that he wants to play for the New York Giants. And it is possible, as long as his dad steps in and tells Cleveland to not draft him. I don't think Cleveland will draft him. Maybe Cleveland gets Travis Hunter, but they also need a quarterback because Deshaun Watson is clearly not the answer. They should have stuck with Baker Mayfield. But we got the third overall pick. Who knows what can happen? If we don't get a quarterback in the first round, we should definitely try to aim for a quarterback in the second round. We can get Jalen Milroe. Butchered his name. Jalen Milroe or that dark guy. I forgot his first name. He's from Ole Miss. He broke Eli Manning's record. Something dark. Damn, I literally just had his name. I had his name before I started the video. But the dart, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll probably post a picture up there so you guys can see. But either one of those two, those guys can fall to the second round. We have the third overall pick in the first round. So that means we're going to have the 35th pick in the second round, which is basically the third overall pick in the second round. So we have a high second round pick. We could probably get a quarterback right there. If, of course, Shador or Cam is not available, which that is a possibility. If the New York Giants don't get Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, they should get Adub Carter from Penn State, the linebacker from Penn State. We need some linebacker help. The defense sucks. Shane Bowen's trash. Hopefully he gets fired this season. He might not. But Adub Carter from Penn State, that's who I want, all right? I don't want Travis Hunter. Oh, shit. I don't want Travis Hunter. And hear me out here. I don't want Travis Hunter because I feel that Travis Hunter is not going to be able to play both positions. The reason why Travis Hunter even won the Heisman is because he was able to play wide receiver and corner in college. He's not going to do that in the NFL. The NFL is extremely physical. It is a physical sport. He won't be able to do it. He's more than likely going to get hurt even if he tries to. So he's either going to play wide receiver or corner. He's going to have to play one of the positions. He can't play both. And more than likely he's going to play wide receiver. And if he's going to play one position, if he's only going to play one position, why draft him with the 3rd overall pick? All right? If he's going to play wide receiver, and he only plays wide receiver, in the 3rd round, in the 3rd pick, why not just draft the best wide receiver available? Travis Hunter is not the best wide receiver. The only reason why Travis Hunter is a Heisman is, again, he played both positions. He won't be able to do that. So I feel like it's just going to be a waste of his 3rd round pick. Why do I keep saying 3rd round? 3rd overall pick if we draft Travis Hunter. I want Adub Carter from Penn State. I feel like... excuse me. I feel like he is... I don't want to compare him to Michael Parsons. He's a very versatile linebacker. He gets the pressure. He's good in coverage. I watched a little bit of Adub Carter. I wouldn't say I'm a Penn State fan, but I do live in Pennsylvania, so I do kind of watch them a lot. They're always on cable and stuff like that. So Adub Carter is someone I want in the 3rd pick. If Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders is not available. If Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, one of those two is available, you go get them. You go get them. Get them no matter what. Draft them no matter what. But again, let's just say the Cleveland Browns are dickheads and they draft Shedeur Sanders. Adub Carter will do. And we'll get Jalen Milroe or Dart in the 2nd round. I will be happy with that. Now, we're done talking about the pick. Let's talk about Brian Daboll and Shedeur. What the fuck, man? Listen, I haven't posted a video in a while. I'm a little bit rusty, all right? I got to get used to it. But let's talk about Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. John Mara announced today, Monday, that their jobs are safe. I defended Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll a lot. I did. I wanted them back. I said a lot of good things about him. I said that Joe Schoen did good in the draft this year. Brian Daboll, he played with Daniel Jones, Tom DeVito, Drew Lock, Tyrod Taylor. He never really had a decent quarterback. I wouldn't say decent. He didn't really have a good quarterback to, work with. So he kind of worked with what we had, and he struggled. Maybe if you get him a good quarterback, he could do wonders. I basically defended these two all season long. And then near the end of the season, I wanted them fired. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted them gone. I hated them. I couldn't stand them. Until this day, I can't stand them. I don't have no faith in these guys. I don't have faith in Brian Daboll or Joe Schoen. They're going to have to prove to me. They're going to have to prove to us that they deserve to be the general manager and head coach of the New York Giants. They depleted each season. You went from making the postseason to going 6-11 to having the worst record in franchise history. You are going backwards. Backwards. I wanted these guys fired. I didn't see a future with these guys. I don't. And I still don't. They're going to have to prove to me that these guys can do what they can do. I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe this, man. I woke up this morning really believing that these guys would be fired. They're not. They're back. And we got to deal with this shit for another fucking season. Another season we got to deal with this asshole Joe Schoen and this lip-tard Brian Daboll. I'm going to try to defend them again. I mean, they're going to be here next season. Let me see if I can try to defend them. Joe Schoen, you can't defend him. You can't defend Joe Schoen. He have let talent walk out the building so many times. He let Saquon walk. He let Xavier McKinney walk. He let Wink Martindale walk. He traded Leonard Williams. He let Julian Love walk. He let so much talent walk that we are talentless right now. We have no talent. Malik Neighbors and Dexter Lawrence are the only talent we have. Andrew Thomas too. So 3 people. 3 people, that's it. Brian Burns is not talented. He is extremely overrated, and he does not deserve to get paid $30 million a season. That was a mistake by, again, Joe Schoen. Now, Brian Daboll, I can defend. Like I said earlier, he didn't really have a quarterback to work with. All right, this man went from Josh Allen to Daniel Jones to Tyrod Taylor to Tommy DeVito to Drew Lock. It keeps going down for him. All right, I feel that Brian Daboll is actually a good head coach, and I will say that I am decently happy that he's back because we haven't really seen the full potential of Brian Daboll. Now, if Brian Daboll had all these elite weapons like the Cowboys always do and they fucking suck, then I'll say, yeah, fire him. He's garbage. But he doesn't have talent that he could work with. Maybe if you get him talent, he could probably work with it. I mean, after all, Malik Neighbors got 1,000 yards this season, and he has bums throwing him the ball. So, maybe if we get a quarterback, again, Shador, Milroe, Cam, Dart, if we get him a quarterback that he can work with, maybe we can see the potential that Brian Daboll has. After all, it's not Brian Daboll's fault that Joe Schoen gave Daniel Jones the contract. It's not Brian Daboll's fault that Joe Schoen let Saquon Barkley walk. That's Joe Schoen's fault. So, I feel like there is high potential with Brian Daboll. After all, the motherfucker is a freaking coach of the year in 2022. He was coach of the year in 2022. That talent didn't just fade away. That talent didn't just disappear. He needs something to work with. He needs weapons. He needs quarterbacks. He needs offensive players that he can really show his true talent. Brian Daboll has not been good. I'll be honest with you. He really pissed me off when he didn't bring a kicker to the Commanders game in week 2. There was other stuff he didn't piss me off. He should have ran the ball against Buffalo last year when it was 1 yard we needed. He also should have ran the ball against the Jets. He should have gone for it against the Jets, 4th and 1, run the ball, win the game. But again, these are stuff that he doesn't do. So he needs to work on that. But I feel like there is potential with Brian Daboll. So I'm semi-happy that Brian Daboll's back. Really not really. I'm kind of mixed feeling about it. But I'm not happy that Joe Schoen's back. I really think Joe Schoen, he's not good. He's not good. He didn't really have a good draft in 2022. Yeah, 2022. He had an okay draft in 2023. Deonte Banks, I can't really call him an elite corner. The best player that came out of the 2023 draft was John Michael Smith, the center we got. I feel like he is good. He is a really good player. But that's it, Jalen Hyatt, what the fuck he's been doing. Eric Gray, what the fuck he's been doing. Deonte Banks, he been getting cooked against Terry McLaurin. Let's keep it a bean here. Like, he's been getting smacked around by freaking A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin. He can't handle stars. Deonte Banks would be a really good second corner. Like a James Bradbury or something. He'll be a good number 2 corner, but he can't be a number 1. We got to get someone. We got to get someone else. See if we can find someone in free agency. Maybe, I don't know, but he can't be the number 1 corner heading into 2025. We're gonna get fish filleted out there. And then 2024, the 2024 draft, hands down his best draft. Malik Neighbor, beast. Tyler Nubin, he's coming up. He still needs a lot more to work with, but he's coming up. Andrew Phillips, wow, what a great player. I really like Andrew Phillips. He's a good corner. He's not a number 1 corner, but he is a very good corner. And then you also have Tyrone Tracy. I fucking love this kid. He was a hidden gem in the draft. We basically found our Saquon Barkley replacement right there, so it's good. We found our Saquon Barkley replacement quick. So yeah, he had a good draft in 2024, but again, he had bad drafts in 2023 and 2022. Evan Neal sucks. Kayvon Thibodeau's overrated. Wan'Dale Robinson, he's not a good number 2 wide receiver. Let's be honest, he's not a good number 2 wide receiver. Number 3, maybe. I don't really know, but he's not a good number 2 wide receiver. He just isn't. So Joe Schoen, I'm not happy that he's back. Brian Daboll, I'm not really happy that he's back either. I could defend him at least, but I'm not really happy he's back. John Mara just really doesn't have the balls to fire these guys. It is what it is. It's out of our control. So, the New York Giants season's over. I'm going to see if I can post a lot more. I cover the Giants a lot more because I like this team. I root for this team all the time. I will die a Giants fan. I bleed blue all the time. Even though we're going through some harsh moments here. We're going through some harsh time. Harsh everything. It's tough. It's tough being a Giants fan. I'm never going to change. I'm never going to change teams. I would rather just stop watching football if I had to change teams. So, I'm a Giants fan. Ride or die, no matter what. And yeah, season's over. Giant fans rejoice. We don't have to watch this fucking team no more. Hopefully they get shit done next in the off season. And if not, 4-13. Here we come. Yay! 4-13, 5-12. Great seasons. It's a fucking joke, man. Anyways, I'm out here, Giant fans. Peace out.